Every individual aspires to achieve, to reach the pinnacle of success in their chosen field, but only a few achieve greatness. One such iconic personality is Dr. Kamini Rao. Dr. Kamini Rao is to assisted reproduction what Mozart is to classical music. Her contribution to the field of reproductive medicine cannot be described in words. This genius has given a new lease of life to many lifeless couples, turning their hopes into happiness, and in the process has inspired a generation of doctors. Inspirational, enigmatic, and a blessing to aspiring parents, Dr. Kamini Rao is tireless and extremely passionate about what she does. A skillful mentor and an accomplished guide to many aspiring doctors, she is a blend of heart, humility, and hope. The inability to conceive has become a serious concern for many couples. Expert guidance and a dedicated service to manage infertility has become the need of the hour. The pioneering role that Dr. Kamini Rao has played in the field of assisted reproduction is matched by none. With her in-depth study, extensive research, and dedicated service, there are many doctors and pioneers. And then there is Dr. Kamini Rao in a class of her own. Born in Hyderabad on the 2nd of July 1953 to Mrs. Parimala Desai and Dr. P.R. Desai, she was the third child in the family of 5 siblings. They later named her Kamini, inspired by the late politician K. Kamaraj, an Indian politician from Tamil Nadu, widely acknowledged as the kingmaker in Indian politics during the 1960s. Kamini only got to see her father a year and a half after she was born, as her father left to go study in the UK while her mother was 4 months pregnant with her. She and her father had a close, loving relationship and shared an appetite for knowledge and a zest for life. She was enrolled at the Bishop Cotton's Girls' School when her family relocated to Bangalore. Her mother recalls that the turning point in her life came when one of her teachers visited her mother at the age of 12 to complain that Kamini would never amount to anything. Her mother told her then that she could either study or discontinue her schooling.
ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ, ನಾನು ಕಾಮಿನಿ ಅವ್ರ ತಾಯಿ. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಪರಿಮಳ ದೇಸಾಯಿ ಅಂತ. ಕಾಮಿನಿ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ಹೆಸರು ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಪ್ರಹ್ಲಾದ್ ರಾವ್ ದೇಸಾಯಿ ಅಂತ. ಅವಳು 7ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ವರೆಗೂ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದಡ್ಡಿನೇ ಇದ್ಲು. ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ಅವಳು ಲೆಕ್ಕ ಟೀಚರ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ರು ಮನೆಗೆ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗಳು ಓದ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಆಗ ಅವ್ರ ತಂದೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ನೋಡಮ್ಮ, ನೀನು ಓದಿದರೆ ಸರಿ, ಇಲ್ಲದೇ ಇದ್ದರೆ ನಿನ್ನ ಮನೇಲಿ ಅಡುಗೆಗೆ ಹಚ್ಚಿಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ. ಆವಾಗ ಅವಳು ಶುರುವಾಯಿತು, ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ನಾನು ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಟೀಚರ್ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ ನಾನು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ತೊಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಅವಾಗ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬಂತ ಅವಳಿಗೆ. ಆವಾಗ ಶುರು ಮಾಡಿದ್ಲು ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ.
It was at this point the seed of determination blossomed in Kamini. The next time her name was called out at the school debate, she went on to win the first prize on the debate on Mahatma Gandhi, even though she was completely unprepared for it. Post her schooling, Kamini went on to study at the National College in Baswangudi, where she first met another fellow student, Arvind, who was destined to become her husband in the future.
The year was 1970. Just passed school, entered college. Saw a girl on a moped. Wondered who this was, because we were on the bike and she was on the moped. Later on realized that she was Kamini Desai and didn't talk much with her. Then 71 we entered the same medical college, St. John's, and we were in the same batch, and we were quite against each other. Different groups, you know how it is in college, one group against the other, typical sort of filmy style.
Determined to get into a good college, she attempted the entrance exam for St. John's Medical College. Kamini was, by all accounts, a typical and mischievous college student, was also proud and a little arrogant. According to a close friend from her medical college days, Vaijayanti Batheja, the late daughter of the great Dr. Sita Batheja, Kamini was the typical student, fun, enjoying the occasional movie watched on an afternoon after bunking class. Despite this, she was driven enough to pursue her studies and excelled at medicine. Though she bunked classes, she would spend her nights studying to complete the day's portions covered for that day. Kamini was such a brilliant student that in one instance, while having had surgery for her back and being advised bed rest for 3 months, she still attended her semester exams along with the rest of her batch and passed with flying colors. Despite Arvind and Kamini being college mates at National College, they barely spoke or acknowledged each other. It was a common friend who first challenged Kamini to approach the sober and unassuming Arvind. What started out as a friendship out of mutual respect for each other's intelligence and being class toppers then grew into a serious relationship. Much to the disappointment of her father because of the difference in their backgrounds, Kamini went ahead and married Arvind on the 12th of June 1978. This was when Kamini Desai then became who we now call Dr. Kamini Rao. 2 years later, in 1980, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy who they named Siddharth. The decision to study abroad was made at this point, and as hard as it was for her to leave her son behind, who was just a year old, on November 1981, she went ahead with her plans to pursue her education in the United Kingdom. Dr. Kamini had a great deal of pride and refused to ask her father to help her out further, as he had already provided her with a one-way ticket to the United Kingdom and a few pounds. It would be the first of many turning points in her career. Dr. Kamini Rao went through a difficult period, both professionally and personally. During her stay in the United Kingdom, she never had much money and relied on her friends for accommodation. Her search for a job, she believes, was one of her most trying times. She says, "I went through a phase where my determination overcame my struggles." Dr. Kamini lived a very simple life, saving half of her salary every month. She chose to live at the nurses' hostel to save on accommodation expenses, surviving on a soup made of boiled dal, rice and salt as her only food every day. Despite her struggles, she never gave up on her ambition to succeed. After a year, Dr. Arvind joined her in the United Kingdom. She returned from the United Kingdom in 1986 to a career that began by practicing at her father's hospital. This was followed by the birth of her daughter, Vaishnavi, in 1986. Faced with the difficult decision of a mother leaving her baby behind, she pushed ahead to continue and excel at her exams.
One thing what I really appreciate about my mother is when she's in the hospital, she's a doctor completely. And when she's at home, she's a mother and a grandmother.
In the years to come, she went on to specialize further in the field of fertility, traveling yet again to the United Kingdom, working under the expert guidance of Professor Kypros Nikolodios in ultrasound and fetal invasive therapy at King's College of Medicine, London. Over the next few years, Dr. Kamini returned to India in 1989. Amidst these struggles, Dr. Kamini's professional life hit one distinct positive note, setting the stage for what some have described as her career turning point. While she was practicing OBG, it was then that she decided she did not want to continue being a regular OBG practitioner, nor did she want to be in conflict with her father's practice. Dr. Kamini wanted to contribute more towards the field of infertility. Post her return to India, she started off with her nascent attempts at IVF treatment. She approached her father with the idea to open an assisted reproduction and IVF clinic, and in 1990, this dream was realized when the Bangalore Assisted Conception Center was founded with 3 directors on board. Dr. Kamini, along with her father, Dr. P.R. Desai and Mrs. Parimala Desai.
1988, back in Qantas flight, returning to India, She was very keen to come back, and I was not very keen to get back to Bangalore. However, I asked her in the flight, what do you want to do? Join your father's practice? She said, no, I want to start infertility as a specialist. I said, infertility in India, overpopulated country, and you want to produce more babies. What's wrong with you? She said, no, there's a high incidence of infertility, underserved specialty, and I'm going to stick to infertility. So much so, she did not join an institution, started her practice in infertility with 1 or 2 people assisting her, who have continued to be with her even today.
Dr. Kamini had also requested her father to give her a doctor from his hospital. This is how Dr. Anu Kotur joined hands with Dr. Kamini to working at forming the backbone for BACC.
When I joined BACC, I joined as a consultant. To start with Dr. Kamini, when I started working, it was not an easy thing because she's a taskmaster. When I say taskmaster, she wants everything to be perfect. She's a perfectionist. And as far as I know, I think if I say it's difficult, I can't do it, she's not a lady who will take this. The more you say you can't do it, she will insist, she will see that you do it. So this is how she has trained me today, and I've become a very successful IVF consultant.
The first year of BACC was a huge struggle as she had very few patients. Her inability in her first 2 attempts to achieve IVF success led her to approach the KSFC for a loan that helped her get better and more advanced equipment for achieving her dream. The center has now become a name synonymous with professional care, cutting-edge technology, and quality of being one of the best ART centers in India. Dr. Kamini has spent years constructing her life as a medical visionary, paving the way for IVF in South India. She has written several books on gynecology and has in turn shed light on issues of infertility. She never gave in to trends in the medical world. Rather, she always remained committed to her own personal vision. Her vibrant and dynamic personality is a prominent part of both national and international federations and committees, including the International Federation of Obstetrics and Gynecology and the Federation of Obstetrics and Gynecological Societies of India. Dr. Kamini Rao's illustrious career has merited innumerable awards and honors. She has been awarded the Karnataka Rajyotsava Award in the year 1997 for her service in the field of medicine, the Vidya Ratna Award for her invaluable service in 1998, the Arya Bhatta Award for excellence in 2005, and the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 3rd National Symposium on Fertility and High-Risk Pregnancy. Her stalwart service in the field of medicine and assisted conception has earned her accolades and also the civilian honor that thousands in the country can just dream of, the Padma Shri Award in the year 2014, to name just a few. Dr. Kamini's efforts have brought realization to her patients and their dreams. Her medical achievements went far beyond the mundane, with her innumerable achievements and accolades. She is not just a doctor, but also a pioneer in her own right.